Hello, everyone, and welcome to the exclusive edition of Creative Edge Talk Show. Today, we are excited to spotlight the rising force in creative and architectural education, the Faculty of Architecture, Design and Planning at Ganpat University. Situated in the vibrant academic town of Ganpat Vidyanagar, FADP is building a bold new path for students passionate about architecture, design, and planning, combining affordability with global thinking, hands-on learning, and a deeply rooted commitment to innovation. Their programs span across architecture, interior, furniture, product and visual communication design, and are powered by experimental models like learning through practice, open studio culture, live consultancy projects, global exposure, and interdisciplinary workshop. With us today are two of the visionary leading this journey. We have got architect Sandeep Singh Sisodia, sir, who is Executive Dean of FADP, an acclaimed educator and a practitioner with over 15 years of experience. He has represented India at the Venice Architecture Biennale, spearheaded Erasmus Plus projects, and introduced several cutting-edge academic and cultural initiatives, what we call with a lot of love as Guni FADP. Alongside him is our own architect, Hemant Patel, who is a principal and a professor at the Institute of Architecture with over 25 years of experience across industry and academia, a firm believer in discipline, pedagogy, innovation, and student development. He has played a key role in shaping the academic ethos of this institute. And to bring the student perspective to life, we are also joined by Vivek. He is a final year BArch student whose thesis focused on a Formula One racing circuit at the Gift City, a very famous gift city in Ahmedabad. He has served in prestigious leadership roles at NASA India and interned with Hiren Patel Architects. We also have Ria. She's a final year Bachelor of Design student who's exploring theme of traditional art centers for endangered art in her thesis, a prize winner at Triple ID Catalyst. She gained real-world exposure with Verizon Architects. Together, this panel represents a powerful blend of vision, action, and transformation. And today, we dig deeper into what makes Ganpat University's FADP a space where creativity truly finds its calling. So, welcome to everyone. So we'll start with a university perspective. We would like to ask few very straightforward questions to the panel. And this question, the first question is to you, Sandeep sir, and to you, Hemant sir. देखिए सर, हम लोग सब जानते हैं गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी इज रिलेटिवली न्यू, एटलीस्ट इन डिजाइन एजुकेशन लैंडस्केप. मुझे बताइए व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड द यूनिवर्सिटी टू स्टार्ट डिजाइन डिपार्टमेंट? क्या ऐसे ही कर लिया, या I mean, how do you plan to stand out in such a competitive space? There are a lot of design colleges around. मतलब एक बहुत बेसिक क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है, ये क्यों, मतलब अच्छा खासा यूनिवर्सिटी है, डिजाइन क्यों स्टार्ट कर दिया?
So I'll just initiate the discussion. I think this one requires a small discussion because
Yeah, sure.
Because we are located in a peri-urban area, so it's more a rural, less an urban setup. And we did find that there are a lot of students in this region, this part of the country, also certain parts of other states that are close to us, but not getting a lot of options to come to institutions that have a good, rigorous academic environment for design and architecture, while it is also, to some level, there is affordability. So that there is a certain sense of coming to a larger campus, but still not really worrying too much about we're spending a whole lot of your family money just to ensure that good education can be reached. So the motto of Ganpat University is social upliftment through education. It's a very simple sentence framed in Sanskrit. It's called Vidyaye Samaj Utkarsh. And that is the idea of the Honorable President and Patron-in-Chief of Ganpat University, Padma Shri Dr. Ganpat Patel. So he's a philanthropist, and not just at heart, but he's also an educational philanthropist. He believes in the fact that education should be at everybody's reach. And so to speak, this is one of the few institutions that has been practicing inclusivity since its inception, all the way back from 96. And we are only surprised that architecture and design took so long to be. Uh, he definitely wanted all kinds of disciplines as part of this campus, but things take time to build. And more or less, we also understand that there's an ecosystem around us that has so many other different institutions like CEPT universities there, Nirma universities there. Ganpat University has its own standing at the national level, also at international level, it's making waves. So it was kind of a no-brainer to not to just start the institution, right? To start
And so when
architecture
you're
design.
saying this, you're saying that Ganpat University is a very old university.
Relatively, Ganpat University actually became a university in 2005.
All right.
So this year we'll be celebrating 20 years of our existence as a university, as a private university. The college stands since 96. So the campus started getting built around 99. Now that it's a 300 plus acre campus that it's
Oh my God,
huge,
don't
it's
tell me. So
lush
it's such
green.
a huge campus.
Yes, and that is the big surprise that not a lot of people understand. And most people ask us, how are you running such a big campus with such little fees? And it's all thanks to Dada. It's all thanks to Ganpat Dada. It's also thanks to a lot of other philanthropists who have believed in getting good educators in a campus that is a little far away from the city, so students and faculty both can concentrate towards one goal: progress of the nation through education.
Through education and learning a lot of things, new things in a
Yeah,
beautiful university. But sir,
right.
So,
मेरे एक बहुत genuine
in
सा सवाल.
continuation of
Yes,
this,
yes, sir, please. Yeah.
yes, so in continuation of this, what architect Sandeep Singh Sisodia has said, I will like to highlight a very, important kind of, incident, or we can say role of the renowned architect of nearby region, that is Ahmedabad.
Okay.
That was for the inception of the Faculty of Architecture, Design and Planning. That was started in 2015. So relatively, just Sandeep sir just revealed that the university is quite older, but we are quite new. But though we are completing our decade this year, so we are also 10 years old. But here I will like to underscore that two of the renowned architect, I will name those: architect Hiren Patel and architect Jayesh Hirwani. So architect Jayesh Hirwani sir is a founder and the principal architect of INI Ahmedabad, and it is an international firm. And Hiren Patel Associates or Hiren Patel Architects (HPA) is also an international architectural firm
Yes, yes,
located at
absolutely. They're
Ahmedabad
very
itself.
renowned, very renowned, very renowned.
Yes. So both of these architects are in the foundation, or we can say those are the key role player in the inception of Faculty of Architecture in Design and Planning. Why? Because they are from the Ahmedabad city, which is prospering like anything. It is, we can say, it is a
Correct.
mega city of the Gujarat and our country as well, and it is very well connected. They were having this kind of vision, that it will be in the near future of time will get connected with the gift city and the Gandhinagar, the capital of Gujarat. And we are just around 40-45 kilometers away from these two mega cities or the capital of Gujarat. So they were having this kind of vision that in these prosperous and growing cities, the Ganpat University, or we can say the Ganpat Vidyanagar campus, will get connected very soon with this special and very creative professional fraternity. That was
That,
the reason.
that's great. That's great. But sir, मेरा एक बड़ा genuine सा सवाल है, and हो सकता है might be very direct to you, but this is from our students. When you say it's an economical education, right? That's what I understood. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of philanthropy involved. There are a lot of, you know, grants involved from people who wish to come into the philanthropist space, all these stuff. But sir, जब हम बोलते हैं कोई चीज जो इकोनॉमिकल और वाइबल डिजाइन एजुकेशन मॉडल होता है, so there are people who equate lower fees with a compromise on quality. इसे आप कैसे एड्रेस करते हैं? I mean, ये एक परसेप्शन है, मे बी मैं एक एजुकेशनिस्ट हूं, मैं समझता हूं कि कुछ हद तक ये ट्रू नहीं है, और बहुत हद तक ये ट्रू नहीं है, कुछ हद तक ट्रू हो सकता है, बट फिर इसे आप कैसे बैलेंस आउट कर रहे हैं?
So what I would say is, I think Hemant Bhai should speak first because I have a bigger perspective to offer. Because now for me, being younger, and also both of us have seen institutions abroad. So I did my master's at Ohio State University. Uh, it's called a public Ivy, colloquially, in the US. And you all know what Ivy Leagues are. So public Ivies are essentially institutions that offer that level of learning at an affordable price, which is essentially a kind of a state funded or a federal funded
Correct.
institution. So, and because I did my undergrad in India, and most of us normally come from middle class, upper middle class, or some of us are from the higher income categories. At least at that time when I graduated, we didn't have a lot of people coming from those really super high income groups. We still got good education. We still understood that because most of us are also practicing architects, we understand that there's a lot of scope for people to practice, and that is why there are not a lot of good people in education. uh, at least when we were studying, we had people who came in as visiting faculty, visiting professors, people with a lot of years under their belt, which is like say 30 35 years of experience, 3 to 4 decades of practice, and they are coming and teaching us now. Because we kind of balance things out in a certain way, like I'm a practicing architect, Hemant by himself is a practicing architect, far more years of experience than us. Uh, so when such people come to the educational atmosphere to come and teach, is that the intention is not really to make. Uh, we still believe affordability in education is key, especially in a country like ours, where good education is not in the reach of a lot of people. I'm not going to say every institution is only here to make money. I'm sure there is a very good intention in everybody's mind when they're starting an institution. But to stick to the idea of giving affordability for years upon years and still ensuring that education is at the forefront of everything, that is not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
That is why when I say philanthropy is important, that is why when I say there are people like Ganpat Dada who has pledged 500 crores of his own personal wealth to education. He's already given us 140 crores of his personal wealth as uh, pure philanthropy to run an organization like us. Uh, we don't really believe we should make money out of education per se. Of course, operational costs need to be covered. There are certain basic aspects like infrastructure that has to be provided to the students and also to the staff. Beyond that, I don't think we are here to make big bucks out of students. We are not businessmen. We are not entrepreneurs at the expense of education. We are here genuinely to teach because we understand if you want to make money, we can put a process like that. And some of us are making that kind of money, but not at the expense of students. इंडिया में एजुकेशन अफोर्डेबल होना एक्चुअली बहुत जरूरी है। अगर हम इंक्लूजन, इक्विटी, डाइवर्सिटी की बातें कर रहे हैं और हमारे जैसी यूनिवर्सिटी जो इतने सालों से उसको प्रैक्टिस कर रही है, उसको अगर अपनी आइडेंटिटी नहीं छोड़नी है, अगर उसका जो इनिशियल इंटेंट है, उसका जो कॉन्सेप्ट है शुरू होने का कि भाई सोशल अपलिफ्टमेंट थ्रू एजुकेशन, तो सोशल अपलिफ्टमेंट किसको दोगे? सुपर एचआईजी को तो नहीं दोगे।
हाँ, सही बात है,
जो
बिल्कुल सही।
आजू बाजू बच्चे हैं उनको गुड क्वालिटी एजुकेशन देने के लिए अच्छे लोगों को बुलाना पड़ेगा, को पे करना पड़ेगा। कौन पे करेगा? बच्चे तो नहीं कर सकते। So there is a system in place. There is an ecosystem that is supporting everything. We are doing a lot of consultancies also. We are doing projects at the national, international levels also. There are ways to get revenue, not at the expense of students.
That's a great thought, sir. That's a great thought.
Yeah, so I believe that the students who are taking admissions into the higher education institutions, so students are coming from various family background and the financial backgrounds. Okay, so the kind of a belief or whatever the parents or students are keeping in their mind that if the fees are a bit less and then they compromise with the education quality, but I firmly deny this kind of perception, in a way that many of the students who are coming to our own institutions are from very well-to-do families. Even I can say that they are having their own, the students are from the builder group. Their parents are builder. I will name one of the student, Dixie Patel. She is from Ahmedabad, in the one of the top builder of the Ahmedabadi Strogon group. She studied over here, and she is the director of this Strogon group right now, after
Oh.
graduating
Oh.
from Faculty of Architecture and Design and Planning, Institute of Architecture. One more example, that is myself. Okay, so I passed out from MS University. Even MS University today is giving free education to the girl child, and some around 1,500 or maybe 2,500 rupees per annum fees for the boys
Correct.
students, right? So I'm here at the position of principal at this, after this many years. Okay, so I studied also in that particular background in this particular institution, wherein the fees were very, very, subsidized or very, very less. And many of other institutions are also charging this considerably low amount of the fees. But here, so far as Ganpat University FADP is concerned, we highly believing in quality education. And that is why, I just named architect Hiren Patel, who is the principal architect of HPA, Ahmedabad. And he is, doing an international projects, and proudly, revealing this fact that architect Hiren Patel is on our, the board of the studies, on our governing council meeting, and he is our design chair. So in our entire, if you'll see the, the faculties list, if you'll see that, so Hiren sir is on the top of all of our, all the academicians at the FADP. So this is how, we are imparting a very quality education, giving, national, international exposure to the students, irrespective of what background they are coming from and what kind of financial situation they are.
That's great, sir. I mean, मैं जो इससे समझा पूरी बात में व्यूअर्स के लिए मैं इसको एक समराइज कर दूं कि ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं है कि एक इंस्टीट्यूशन जो आपसे ज़्यादा फीस नहीं चार्ज कर सकता, वो बहुत अच्छे फैकल्टीज को नहीं रख सकता, उनकी सैलरीज, हाई पेइंग इक्विपमेंट्स, कॉस्टली इक्विपमेंट्स नहीं ला सकता. They have got other ways to do it, and I'm sure going forward इस talk में those things will come up. And in fact, स्टूडेंट्स जब गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी को चूज कर रहे हैं, एंड जैसा हेमंत सर ने एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया कि पीपल फ्रॉम बैकग्राउंड्स हु कैन रियली अफोर्ड एनी कॉलेज इन दिस कंट्री एंड इवन अब्रॉड आर चूजिंग अ कॉलेज irrespective of the fees they are charging, but for a very good quality education, a quality education which is coming from very experienced people. So moving forward,
if I may add just one.
yeah, sure, sir. Please do. Yeah.
It's not that we can't charge. Now, we can definitely charge. We are an NAC A rank university. We have QS IGH rating of 10. We are 5-star in GSIRF since the last years, right? IIC institutions, innovation councils, initiative by the Ministry of Education. उसमें हम लोग 2 साल से 4-star is the highest ranking they offer. We have got all kinds of rankings and ratings.
And soon
We
we'll be
will
getting
soon
center
become,
of excellence.
we'll be becoming a center of excellence as per the government of Gujarat very soon. And हम अपनी फीस चार्ज कर सकते हैं. But what is really stopping us is the intention of the founding fathers. That is the reason. We understand आज की डेट में we've had this discussion many times. It's and normally internal वो discussion नहीं होता है, external agencies के साथ होता है. It's great that you brought this point because it is very clear we don't even have to talk to the university management and ask them, अरे यार आप लोग fees बढ़ा देते हैं. We are anyway giving that kind of education. Let's raise the fees. What's the problem? So we get a very simple sentence. You want more money? We'll give you. Why do you want to ask the students for money? That is a very simple. They should be able to study. They should get some level of education which is affordable. They should get the right kind of ecosystem. They should get good teachers. They should get an environment that is supporting their dreams of becoming a very good architect or a very good designer, right? They should get exposure at the national, international, regional levels, go to good offices for their internships. वो सब उनको मिल सकता है without any kind of additional charges. Why do you want to charge? We know that answer. That's why you don't even have to go and ask them. So it's not that we can't charge. We don't charge.
I think it's your pedagogy. It's the founding statement of.
It's a paradigm. It's a school of thought.
It's a school of thought.
Yeah, and that is how actually Bauhaus also started. in Germany, the design school Bauhaus, which was started by Walter Gropius, it was started with the intention that modernist education must be given to more people so that it is easier for people to build in ecosystems that are devastated and ecosystems that require quick building at very short spans of time.
Correct.
And that is how the apprenticeship model evolved into an actual design school. They were not charging a lot of.
Correct.
They were teaching students day in and day out. And they got the funding from the right sources. They didn't take it from students. Why should we?
Right. Sir, in fact, आपने जब ये examples दे रहे हैं, so one big question that comes to my mind and often students ask this, कि जब हम एक यूनिवर्सिटी में जाते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं गुनी की, गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी की, सो मल्टीपल डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी लर्निंग्स के अपॉर्चुनिटी स्टूडेंट्स को मिलते हैं.
Yes, definitely. The interdisciplinary and the multidisciplinary education is imparted at Faculty of Architecture, Design and Planning because we are having around 15 faculties within the campus. Also, this is a professional field of architecture and design is having kind of, diversification.
Correct.
Just to name a few, that is landscape, then conservation, then heritage, then urban planning, urban design, construction and project management and all this. So we are inviting the expert to impart their, kind of, special knowledge to the students. And also within our university also, we are, inviting various courses to run along with the interdisciplinary. So just to name a few, that entrepreneurship, vertical farming, that is through the agriculture department. Okay, then climatology, that is through the Faculty of Science. So these kind of, programs we are, or we can say the courses we are running interdisciplinary.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Additionally, there's so much. Actually, it's not. Sir touched upon things that are directly related also, but there are others that we are also doing. Like we are taking transdisciplinary open electives. Now,
Yes.
a TOE essentially is something that is related to other areas. Now, architects and designers going to design offices also. They're going to design. I have designed a Gaushala also. Just to give you an example, right? So there's a range of things that you can design. Everything from a pen holder to an entire city. So architects and designers have that kind of scope. So you cannot just stick to one kind of ecosystem. Of course, education में जो skilling हमें देना होता है वो तो हम 5 साल या 4 साल में देते हैं, depending on the program student is in. But there are other skills that we are imparting. So Ganpat University has a very strong connection, MOU already active with the National Skill Development Corporation of India, which is both NSDC and NSDC International. Through that, we have a faculty of skill development. So on the basis of that, we are offering multiple skill certifications to students. We also have the National Additive Manufacturing Center for the Western region of India on campus. Now, this is something that we, हम कुछ चीजों का हम लोग ढिंडोरा इसलिए नहीं पीटते हैं because that is something that is open to public domain. Somebody wants to know, they find out, right? And we have machines for statistics. There's like some of the best 3D printing, additive manufacturing machines in the world. And we are, of course, we're using plastic as a medium right now, but we are moving towards metal. So in the next year, we'll have metal printing on campus. Now, those kinds of technological opportunities are available with the students. Of course, they are subsidized for all students. Additionally, they also offer various kinds of courses. Like there was a course on additive manufacturing that most of my students, our students took. They got certifications from the government of India. So, of course, these kinds of ecosystems are available. TOs, of course, help us. We have a lecture series called Prabodhan, which is, Prabodhan means enlightenment. And enlightenment cannot be unidirectional. It is multidirectional. So it is actually
absolutely. I'm
so
sure
it's a multidisciplinary.
so many things at campus, on campus.
Yeah.
So many projects, government projects, which are also
Yeah.
will obviously help students who are there. Now,
Yes.
my dear students, they have been, silent, has been listening to, the great visionaries. So I would like to ask, Ria, you are a design student, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're doing what? Product design?
No, I'm an interior designer.
You're an interior designer. Oh, that's great. So Ria, यार एक बहुत बेसिक क्वेश्चन, मतलब बिल्कुल उन्हीं लोगों से जो who are your community, इतने सारे कॉलेजेस थे. So मतलब जब आपने गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी, when you choose it over other popular design colleges, what were you looking at, and what were you looking for, and how has been your experience so far, and has it matched the expectation what you had earlier?
Sir, for looking for other universities and Ganpat University, मैंने पहले जो देखा था, जो गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी एस्थेटिक्स पे ज्यादा फोकस नहीं करता है बाकी जो यूनिवर्सिटीज के कंपेयर में. आई एम नॉट टेलिंग दे आर रॉन्ग और एनीथिंग, बट आई वांटेड मोर ऑफ वर्क ऑन हैंड्स, डिजाइन कैसे एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. तो गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी में मैं जब पहली बार आई थी तो उन्होंने मेरे को जब काउंसलिंग सब किया था तो बेसिकली उन्होंने ये सब दिखाया था मेरे को कि कैसे काम होता है, हाउ इज द वर्क सिस्टम, हाउ यू बिल्ड द कम्युनिटी, how you work on practical fields, ये सब explain किया था. I had a broader vision about interior designer then, so that is when I took a call that this is the right university for me. फिर उसके बाद मेरे जो experiences है, it is up to the mark, it fulfill my expectations. जब मेरे को Catalyst के event में prize मिला, it is due to whatever Ganpat University has taught me. जो knowledge उन्होंने दिया, practical experiences का, फिर internships का knowledge जो था, इन सब की वजह से I could win a prize with my team in Catalyst.
That's great. That's great. That's so good to know. मतलब मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा when you give such a big credit of winning something to the university, to your college, because I have often seen, and please don't mind me saying this, Riya and Vivek, I've often seen students not giving credit to the college but giving credit to themselves. It is so good to hear that you gave the credit to the university, to your department. Vivek, आप एक architecture student हो, and I'm sure it requires a lot of long hours. It is a demanding course. There are a lot of models, field exposure which are required. So how does Ganpat University support you practically and emotionally in this journey?
Okay, तो practically अगर बोला जाए तो गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी में FRCC एक डिपार्टमेंट जिसके अंदर आपको एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकल एक जो प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं उसके ऊपर हम कैंपस डेवलप कर रहे हैं. अभी जैसे सर ने बोला 300 एकड़ का कैंपस है, उसको डेवलप करना अभी भी चालू है. और ये जो एक्चुअल रियल लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट्स है ये गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी का आर्किटेक्चर डिपार्टमेंट कर रहे हैं और इसके ऊपर डायरेक्टली स्टूडेंट काम कर रहे हैं. तो ये प्रैक्टिकल के लिए मैं ये आपको एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा. दूसरी बात, जो मॉडल मेकिंग की आपने बात करी, तो रात भर हमें मॉडल भी करने पड़ते हैं, तब जाके दूसरे दिन हमें सबमिशन होता है उसका. तो ये मॉडल मेकिंग का जो काम है ये हम खुद करते हैं. उसके लिए जो हमें मटेरियल्स चाहिए या फिर जो टूल्स चाहिए, फिर वो वेल्डिंग हो गया, फिर प्लाईवुड कटिंग वगैरह हो गए, तो ये सारी बड़ी बड़ी मशीनरीज वगैरह ये सारी अवेलेबल है FADP में. तो वो सारी डायरेक्टली हम स्टूडेंट ही यूज करते हैं, उसका यूज करते हैं. रात भर 24 आवर पहले तो स्टूडियो ओपन रहता है, तो जब मर्जी से हम आ सकते हैं और काम कर सकते हैं. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट का एक प्रैक्टिस होती है कि मुझे सुबह काम करना पसंद नहीं, बट मैं रात को 12 बजे के बाद सुबह 4 बजे तक 5 बजे तक मैं काम बहुत अच्छे से करूंगा. तो इसके लिए 24 आवर जो स्टूडियो ओपन रहता है ये बहुत ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल है. और हम लोग रात को आना जाना, कैंपस के अंदर घूमना आराम से हो जाता है. सिक्योरिटी रहती है हर स्पॉट पे.
हाँ, बस मेरा वही सवाल था
Yes.
कि इज इट सेफ? आई मीन, इतना आप रात का बात बोल रहे हैं.
Yes,
300
yes,
एकड़
yes.
कैंपस, सर ने बताया 45 किलोमीटर दूर है. इट्स अराउंड 45 किलोमीटर फ्रॉम अहमदाबाद. इट इज अ सेपरेट सिटी इन इटसेल्फ. 300 एकड़ तो अपने आप में एक शहर जैसा हो गया. सो इज इट ऑल सेफ? आई मीन, रिया, व्हाट्स आर योर व्यूज? इज इट सेफ? ये लड़के तो सब बोलते हैं सब सेफ है.
Yes, sir, it is completely safe. They have put securities every part of the college, so we girls don't have to face any issues at night.
या ये 24 आवर ओपन कॉलेज ये गर्ल्स के लिए भी है ही.
अरे वाह, ये that's so good to know.
Yes.
That's very
सो अभी ये दो स्टूडेंट के ऊपर सर एक प्रिंसिपल भी है, तो वो भी कुछ
अच्छा.
बोलना चाहेंगे.
हाँ बिल्कुल सर, आप
सर
बोलिए.
ये जो बच्चे बोल रहे हैं वो that is very very true, and we are delighted to listen to this from their own in this kind of conversation. And on top of it, we are having the kind of a system that the students who are willing to stay overnight, they're just a kind of formality just to keep the track of the students who are going to stay tonight. All right, so we just need to get the signed form from the students, and
Uh-huh.
they need to get it signed from their rectors also.
Okay.
Yeah, and then next day they are submitting the half of this particular form to our admin department. So
अरे
this is how we are having
अच्छा
the
तो
track
पूरा मतलब
how this.
एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिवली भी पूरा कंट्रोल्ड है ये चीज.
Yes, yes, yes. So CCTV cameras and the securities are on the all the checkpost.
अरे
On
वाह.
a
That's
on a
So we are
lighter
having the
note,
yeah.
on a lighter note, so when we are talking about campus development, right? So there's this one project कि बच्चे लेके आए थे कि हमें यहाँ से कैंपस हॉस्टल जाना है. We found a shortcut. तो उसको डिजाइन करते हैं ना pathway. So we actually designed it as
अरे
part of the FADP research and consultant FRCC जो विवेक बता रहा था.
हाँ,
And these guys only designed it. तो
अरे
उसका
वाह.
जो भी
अरे
हाँ
सुपर प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर हो गया मतलब जो रोज
एकदम
वो यूज
मतलब
कर रहे हैं वही.
और उन्होंने ही बताया कि यहाँ पे आपका सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, ग्रेट, वहां पे भी एक सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, बीच में पाथवे हम बना देते हैं, वहां पे अलग से लाइटिंग कर देंगे. तो स्पेशली आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए एक अलग पाथवे बना है.
अरे वाह.
तो दैट आल्सो लेड टू अदर डेवलपमेंट ऑन कैंपस जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ देयर इनिशिएटिव. सो
बहुत
सेफ्टी
बढ़िया.
प्लस एक्सपीरियंस.
बहुत बढ़िया. एब्सोल्युटली डिलाइटेड टू नो दैट. बट सर एक थोड़ा सा अगेन मैं क्या स्टूडेंट्स को रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ. मैं एक काउंसलर हूँ, मैं एक मेंटर हूँ, मैं फॉर्चुनेटली एक पेरेंट भी हूँ. सो मेरा एक बड़ा सवाल है सर. हर कॉलेज जैसा आप बता रहे हैं, देखिए आज आप इस फोरम पे आके कभी ये तो बोलेंगे नहीं सर ये खराब है, ये खराब है, ये खराब है, ये खराब है. आई एम श्योर आप जो बोल रहे हैं वो सब सत्य ही है. एंड आई एम श्योर देर आर क्रेडिबल प्रूफ्स विच आर देयर. मैं आपके पीछे एक वॉल भी देख सकता हूँ एंड आई कैन रियली अंडरस्टैंड वो प्रोजेक्ट से कुछ पिक्चर्स दिख रहे हैं, सब कुछ दिख रहा है. बट सर मुझे ना अभी भी एक चीज बहुत परेशान करती है कि जब बच्चा एक प्राइवेट कॉलेज में जाता है तो उसे इंटर्नशिप और प्लेसमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिल रही हैं, नहीं मिल रही हैं, ये स्टूडेंट का सबसे बड़ा सवाल है. So how is Ganpat University and especially the architecture and design department, how are you scoring there in that space? I learned it. I mean, I understood. Ria told me, Vivek told me, you also told me, a lot of students going to Hiren Patel and other big firms. But are all the students getting those internship opportunities and placement opportunities?
So very very straightforward answer we also have. Those students, we have a placement and internship set. So those students who want to go through internships through us, right, or who want to get placed through us, we are connected with multiple 80-100 firms. Now, being an architecture design school, let me also explain what 80-100 is. So Architecture and Design Magazine India actually publishes a list of the top 100 firms in the country every year. And I'm very proud, happy, and also humbled to some degree to share that a lot of our classmates, a lot of our seniors and juniors actually represent those firms. A lot of our networks actually represent those firms. So many of our students have actually gone to those firms to do their internships. Some of them are actually already placed there. Students who don't go for higher education, they are 100% placed, and we have records defining those placements. Those are the records that we send to India Today rankings, that we send to Outlook iCare rankings with the job offer letter, what they're earning, what kind of ecosystem they have. And we are absolutely proud that our students are actually getting far more than the city average for any fresh graduate. The numbers are very staggering because normally architecture design में everybody knows बाहर निकल के बहुत ज़्यादा salary नहीं मिलती because we have a higher self-employment rate. So within a year or two, people normally leave firms and start their own practice. Very rarely do people stay in offices for very long times unless it is a very, very renowned big firm that they could probably see their growth, financially as well as in practice, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, and normally you don't get anywhere between 15-20,000 तो rarely मिलता है, बहुत rare case है. But हमारा starting packages ही उसके ऊपर से होता है. So the higher end is where our students actually start getting those kinds of amounts. And honestly speaking, जब पहली बार हमने placement का process किया था, तो we were skeptical. We didn't know कि कितना मिलेगा. We were surprised. So हेमंत सर एक्चुअली जॉब ऑफर लेटर आया था तो 2 बार पढ़ा था, फिर हमको बताया था कि इतना पैसा मिल रहा है, क्या बात कर रहे हो, आपके फर्म में दे रहे हो क्या? बोले नहीं, फ्रेशर को तो नहीं दिया है, अब लेते हैं हमारे बच्चों को, देखते हैं क्यों दे रहे हैं. two surprising incidents, not surprising, but more like it was a good thing for us. Our students this year, जो internship में गए हैं, two students are in Open Ideas, OIA, which is nationally renowned. Everybody knows it's in the Forbes top 30 architecture firms in India. Two students are in Doshi Saab's Sangath and BSc, Vastushilpa.
Hmm.
They went through, one of them went through an interview process, the other just went through his portfolio.
Oh, wow.
One boy is in CP Kukreja's office. Now everybody knows CP Kukreja in Delhi, right? He did not face any interview. Just through his portfolio, the next day he got an email that we are seeing.
Portfolio was so strong that he could get it done.
Such a portfolio, exactly. And none of these students, none of them asked us to even put in a small word for them. We knew everybody in these offices, frankly. We do know because it's a very small community.
So small.
One boy is in Auroville, Naqshbandi में वो internship कर रहा है.
Oh.
One girl is in Apurva means office. So and Hiren Bhai का एक system है. Hiren Bhai के office में, even though he's our design chair, is a very clear system. आपके institution से हर साल में एक ही बच्चा लूंगा, अगर वो अच्छा हुआ. Till date, हर साल minimum एक बच्चा जा रहा है, कई बार दो जा रहे हैं. So Vivek is one of the two students that went there. Before that, एक और senior student थी वैभवी करके, she was there. Another interior design student was there with her at that point of time. So people are actually doing really well. Most of them don't even ask us for placement; they just go, and they just sent us an offer letter कि सर हो गया है, ये आप रख लो.
There बहुत सारी internship opportunities और ये सब
extraordinary opportunity. Here also because of the Erasmus Plus project that you were talking about, it's a project funded by the European Union. So that way we are also now connected to institutions in Europe. So we have now formed very good contacts with the UPCT in Spain, with Riga Technical University. So there are institutions that are also offering internships to students. So abhi next 2-3 years में तो हमें नजर आ रहा है Middle East, Europe, Southeast Asia. We have very good contacts, and students are regularly getting internship opportunities.
Students can get internship and placements in international organizations. That's
and also joint studios collaborations.
अरे वाह, बहुत बढ़िया. That's great. That's so good to hear.
In this particular line, I would like to say something that we have talked about so far now the kind of renowned and established firm who are hiring, absorbing our students. But now, very interestingly, I will give you one example that our own passed out student in year 2021. Okay. Dhaval Bora. I can name the student. Dhaval Bora. He was from Surat. And again, I am connecting the dot with the financial background and the background of the family. He was Surat and very, very average family. Very, very average. It will be, kind of difficult to mention over here that we were struggling to get his fees at this extent. Okay. Now, this student has established his head office at Ahmedabad, branch office at Surat itself and Rajkot, and he is doing the project for the builders. Now, again, furthermore, Dhaval is keep calling us for more students to hire in his own office. Sir, कोई अभी अच्छा कोई student है तो मुझे बताए. तो pass out जैसे होता है तो उसको बोलना है कि मुझे contact करे. So he passed out in 2021, sir.
So बोला आप जो बोल रहे हैं तो ये this is real social upliftment.
Yes, and exactly. This is kind of entrepreneurship we can say, and this is the self-employment. And this is what this professional program is.
Entrepreneurship, yes. So I'm sure you must be inculcating these qualities in students and.
Yeah, we have a startup, by the way. One of our students has initiated a startup. He's got SSIP, student startup incubation policy by innovation policy by the government of Gujarat. He's already got initial funding. He's in the second round of funding also. और ये आर्किटेक्चर डिजाइन का बच्चा है जो 2 साल से ही इज डूइंग दैट, स्टार्टअप कर रहा है, वो भी है, पेटेंट्स कर रहे हैं, वो प्रोसेस में घुसे हुए हैं. सो वो एक रिसर्च कल्चर, एक टीचिंग रिसर्च इनोवेशन, TRI इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डेवलप. वी अंडरस्टैंड हमारे अभी 10 साल पूरे नहीं हुए, हम छोटे हैं, बट वी हैव गुड एस्पिरेशन. स्टूडेंट्स आर आल्सो सपोर्टिंग दैट इकोसिस्टम. So both our alumni network plus our existing students are doing that.
Well, that's great. That's great. Now, I mean, almost we're on the end of this conversation and been very enlightening conversation. But मैं दोनों मेरे बच्चों से एक बात पूछना चाहता हूँ. And there's a kind of a one-liner round. Are you okay to play a one-liner round with me? Yes. No. Yes.
Yes.
सर, अगर अगर कोई आपसे आपका दोस्त पूछे, फ्रेंड आसी हो कि मैं why should I join Ganpat for design or architecture? What would be your brutally honest one-liner answer?
फॉर आर्किटेक्चर मैं कहूँगा कि अगर मेरे फ्रेंड्स है तो तुझे अगर सक्सेसफुल आर्किटेक्ट बनना है और बहुत जल्दी लाइक तुझे प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज लेने के लिए और बहुत ज्यादा 2-3 साल नहीं लगाने हैं, तो हाँ FADP बहुत अच्छा है. आपको 5 साल में प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज के साथ आप बाहर पास होते ही आपका खुद का फर्म भी चालू करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है. यस.
तो मतलब मैं आपके वाले को अगर
Fine.
समराइज करूं तो if you want to be successful architect,
अर्ली
join
सक्सेसफुल, क्योंकि
highly
देखो काफी मेरे सामने भी मेरे फ्रेंड्स के एग्जांपल्स है, मेरे सीनियर्स के एग्जांपल्स है, दूसरे कॉलेज से है. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि आर्किटेक्चर आप 5 साल की स्टडी कंप्लीट करते हो और उसके बाद आपको फील्ड का नॉलेज नहीं है, प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज नहीं है. इसके लिए आप कोई फर्म ज्वाइन करते हो और वहां पर आप काम करते हो. 1-2 साल तक आप प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद आपको प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज आता है, किस तरह से फर्म चलानी है या फिर किस तरह से रियल लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट को डील करना है. तो ये चीजें अगर आपको 5 साल के अंदर ही स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको पता चल रही है, तो 5 साल के बाद आपके पास एक बेटर क्लैरिटी होगी कि आपको करना क्या है. क्या आपको फर्म ज्वाइन करनी है या फिर आपको रियल लाइफ का प्रोजेक्ट डील करना का क्लैरिटी आ चुका है तो आप डायरेक्ट करना चाहते हो. तो ये मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि अगर ये चीज अगर हमें रियल लाइफ प्रैक्टिकल मिल रहा है ये 5 साल में यहाँ पर, तो इससे बेटर क्या होगा.
तो ये मैं I take your word for it when you corrected me, successful नहीं, highly successful.
यस.
Very nice. रिया, what are your thoughts? एक वन लाइनर क्या होगा आपकी तरफ से डिजाइन के लिए?
जैसे कि किसी को लाइक इफ समवन इज रेडी टू ग्रैब द अपॉर्चुनिटी और जो हार्डशिप फेस कर सकते हैं ये फील्ड की, देन गणपत यूनिवर्सिटी इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन. वो अपने को प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज देते हैं, जैसे कि भैया ने बोला था, इतना एक्सपोजर मिलता है हम लोगों को ऑलरेडी. कोर्स खत्म होने तक पता ही है हाउ द प्रैक्टिकल फील्ड वर्क्स. वी कैन ओपन आवर ओन फर्म एंड earn from that also. We can also teach other kids also from our knowledge. We have that good exposure of our field.
That's great. That's so good to hear from both of you. So yes, this brings me to the end of this very uh, truly enlightening conversation. From cutting edge thesis work to bold academic experiments, global collaborations, and deeply rooted values, the Faculty of Architecture, Design and Planning at Ganpat University has shown us that you don't need to be in a metro to be world class. For creative aspirants looking for a space that is affordable, inclusive, uncompromising in quality, FADP offers a model that's both forward-looking and grounded in purpose. At Creative Edge, we believe in spotlighting institutions that are building the future of design and architecture in India. Today's talk show is a testament to what happens when vision meets execution and potential meets mentorship. A big thank you to all our panelists and to all who are watching. Keep exploring, keep building, and as always, keep the creative edge sharp. This is Konark Bhatia signing off.